Alice.
Hey. Weird, it's just the two of us.
Wow, it surprises me.
Me too. That's weird, but I know a couple of other teachers don't have internet, so it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, my internet is slow. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. I can't tell that it's slow.
Yeah.
Do I sound slow to you?
No,
I don't know. Weird. I guess we'll hang out and wait a minute.
it's all right.
How's your weekend?
I studied a lot in my health and STEM chem classes.
Oh, what are you taking in STEM Chem right now? What are you studying?
I'm studying about the greenhouse effect, and then what else? Sig figs, calculations,
Wow, that's great.
and that's all.
Did you see that I rescored the language of medicine test?
Yeah.
Yeah, it helped you get an A.
Thanks.
Pretty close. So yeah. Gosh, I don't know. That's so weird. If you can get on, other people should be able to get on.
I'll try.
I guess we'll just hang here for a while and wait. So weird. Mm. Well, wow. I'm sure that's what everybody's trying to do.
Yeah.
Canvas must be down. Let me look on the district teacher site and see if there's a notice.
All right. No problem.
Wayne Grimm says, he's our IT guy at district, and he says reporters from across the country are saying that the Canvas platform is completely down.
What? That's weird.
Canvas is working on it. Keep students on if you have them in class, but otherwise it's going to be a very slow day. So, hey, Kenneth, I'm going to put you in a waiting room then.
All right.
And just hang in there. And if we don't get more people in maybe 20 minutes, I'll just call it.
All right.
Okay. All righty. Let me move you. And thank you for always being on time. Oh, there's Luz. We'll just admit her instead.
All right.
Oh, then she went away.
Oh, there she is.
There they are. And Yatsen too. Hi, Luz. Hey guys, Luz and Yatsen, did you guys have a hard time getting on?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only 3 people in class, as you can see. Weird. There's Japheth.
It kept signing me out of Canvas. And
It did. It kept signing you out.
Yeah,
I had to go in through my Zoom account because Canvas is not working. There they are. There's Yuseli and Ariel. Yeah, nope. Wild. Hi, Parsa. Hey guys, unmute yourselves and tell us, could you not get on, Uriel? Could you not get on Canvas?
Oh, I I can't speak my bad. Yeah, I couldn't get on Canvas. It was like 505 gateway. You can get in and gateway, something like that.
Weird. That's what I saw. So I went to my Canvas account and opened, but I just told Kenneth, we got hey Parsa, we got a message from district that said that Canvas was not working across the country.
Yeah, it's weird.
So weird. Just 1 second. Yeah, that's a problem since half the universities in Oregon use Canvas as well. Right. Yeah, Kenneth. So Portland State, U of O, Oregon State, they all use Canvas as well, which is really nice for you guys because when you go to college and somebody, oh, hi, Luz, and somebody wants to do some online stuff, you'll already know how. That makes a big difference. Yeah, Luz, it's just weird this morning. So I'm going to hang here a minute. I've only got, how many people do I have? I only have 8. I'm going to wait a few minutes. So did you guys get out and enjoy the sun? It's supposed to be beautiful all week. It's supposed to be, not, I mean, beautiful meaning not raining. Not like when you were in Mexico. Here you go.
I wish it's like Mexico. Like it's so cold right now.
Yes, like so, especially when you come back from there. When you come back from Mexico and then you get here, you just think, I'll tell you how I am. I am so relaxed. I'm like, you know what, guys, stop worrying about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Kenneth, I went outside and realized that I needed to mow my lawn. So I mowed my lawn. That was my outdoor activity.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was nice though. It was beautiful out there. Yeah. We have a lot of people in our neighborhood that have gotten new dogs during the pandemic, got a new puppy. So there's just a ton of little dogs going by. I'm still going to wait just a few minutes, guys. Sorry. I just want to at least get 10 people here if we can. Hala, are you here somewhere? Oh, there's Emily. Yay. Yay, Emily, you made it. Canvas is a nightmare this morning, guys. So we're just going to do our best. Ooh, you went. Oh, what? Oh, a pony. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't have been able to come home. I love them so much. Except for they tend to like to bite your legs a little bit. Did that one like to bite your legs? Ponies love to nibble on people. Oh, okay, good. Maybe it's gonna wake up here and we'll be good. Okay, that's good to know. No, yeah, no. So they can be really naughty, Yotson. When I was a kid, I lived about a mile away from a boarding stable, and they had ponies there that if you got on them, they would act really nice, and then the pony would walk over to the fence and try to kind of rub you off on the fence and crush your legs. Yeah, no, they're super naughty. But anyway, okay. Well, here's Eugene. So now we can really start. Okay, guys, here's what we're doing today. Let me get rid of that and just show you what we're going to do today. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So today we're really going to start chapter 1, and a couple things, just announcements. Number 1, I am going to get rid of my Zoom office hours link and just have one link for both office hours and class. And I'm just going to be in office hours every morning at 8 o'clock. So I'll be in class every day at 8. And if you need me, you can just come see me on the office link. Does everybody get that?
Yeah.
I may send a message out in Synergy too on that one. So there's that. Second is, I think that I have graded everything that has come in so far, not things that came in last night, but up until noon yesterday, I regraded our test. It boosted a bunch of you because what I found was the test was super picky on grading fill-ins. And so I just went through and hand graded. Thank you, Parsa, for the encouragement to do that, because I probably would have just let it go. So I think things are graded, but then I got to looking at our list. So we have some things due. So a lot of you have not done the career day reflection. You have chapter 1 midterms due today. They're not due right now, but they'll be due this afternoon. And then today I'm giving you a reading assignment and a scavenger hunt for your textbook. And the reason is this. I think a lot of people don't look at their textbook unless they have to. So I'm going to make you have to. So what's going to happen today? I'm actually going to do number 2 first on the whiteboard. And we're just going to be continually practicing medical terms so that you will get stronger and stronger at it. So that's going to happen. And then the focus of our chapter, this chapter 1, and recognizing that I'm trying to lift out of our chapters the absolute essentials so that you can be ready for anatomy next year. And I can cover as many chapters as possible of our book. We're not going to be doing the language assignments in your textbook. We're just not. So we'll work on that together. I think I'm really pleased with all of your reading and writing. And I think that we can just move forward with this instruction from you. That if I go too fast, you don't get me, you need help, you come to office hours. So a couple of you have turned in nothing. And that's very quickly becomes not recoverable. So you need to come see me in office hours so that I can help you pick out what's important to do. So I'm going to lead a discussion on those midterms on our whiteboard. And then we're going to watch a short video on pediatric, peds meaning children, melanoma, anything with an oma on the end is a tumor or cancer. So we're going to watch a short video because I like to link my science to real humans, and the link for our cell and homeostasis unit, which is this one, is cancer. So I'm going to show you a couple slides of cancer today. And then I don't think this is going to take the whole time. And here's your assignment. So read pages 2 through 6. That's only 4 pages. And then there's an assignment in Kami, only 5 questions. because I want to make sure that you see the basic structure of your textbook, because the 5 questions that I have are the parts that we're going to use. So that, and then number 3, I already mentioned, make sure that you've already done your homework and that you're getting that turned in to me. Yes. Okay. Questions about that? Are you awake?
Yes.
Uriel, you look sleepy. I just want to say out loud.
I just like.
How long have you been awake? Tell the truth.
Right now I've been like 30 minutes awake.
Okay. I'm just teasing you. Okay. All right. So you need note paper now.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so you need something to write on now. There you go. Let's turn this light on. Okay. Hi guys, welcome those of you that had to struggle getting on Canvas. The whole district, the whole country apparently struggling on Canvas. So right now, just a short discussion on more medical terminology. So on our vocabulary column, and remember that I reminded you actually you should do this in every class. It'll just improve your grades. Every chapter that we do in your notebook, you need a piece of paper entitled Chapter 1 Vocabulary. And this is just going to continually fill. So this week's subject, so here's what's going to happen before spring break. By the way, happy March. So we have 3 weeks before spring break. And the first week, this week, is just some basic talk about cells and homeostasis. So that's really the first chapter, is the structure of what we're talking about in human bodies. We're laying kind of this big general landscape. And so this week I'm going to talk about cells. Next week, mostly I'm going to talk about reflexes and homeostasis. And then really that's kind of it. We're going to take a short quiz, not a chapter test, at the end of this unit, including our medical terminology. So medical terms and our chapter quiz will all be together probably a week from Friday. And then the week before spring break, we are going to do a 1-week chapter on the layers of skin. And then you have a week off, yay. And then when you come back, let's see, I will have had my 2nd COVID vaccine, yay. Why? Because we're coming back to school. So then the week after spring break, we're going to do cardiopulmonary. We're going to do heart and lungs together for 3 weeks. That's a huge subject, and it'll take us 3 weeks. And then when we get back to school, so because we can do labs there, we're going to start muscles and bones. Okay, cool. So that's kind of where we are. And by the time we get that done, it'll be May. Is that shocking? So I'm picturing myself standing in class with flip-flops on and a mask in May. And you'll be there too, so that'll be awesome. So go ahead and write down the things on my list. These were on the list last week. And I wrote you a little note here that says when you see AL or IC at the end of a word, it means about or concerning. So lacrimal, great example. About what? So that was one I left you to look up. I've got to move my chat line so I can see it. Does anybody remember? Lacrimal. Ooh, is it Nutrition Month? Lacrimal. Some of you have active lacrimal ducts, and some of you do not. Tears. Like, do some of you cry easily?
Yes.
Do some of you cry easily? I used to cry really easily. Miss Jacobs, who you have for Health Cruise 1, she kind of looks intimidating, but she cries really easily. So she cries when she's happy. She cries when she's sad. She cries if somebody gives her a birthday card. She cries if she sees someone's new baby. She's just, she has very active tear ducts. So this is tears or tear duct. And those are right here. So you have these cool tubes that come out of the inside of your eyes that drain down into your sinuses. And when you cry, they act like a little drain. So that is, lacrimal means tears. Okay. So same in this word, orthodontics, kind of a weird word. Just take the S off. Orthodontic at the end of the word means about. Straightening. So if you go to the orthodontist and they put braces on your teeth, either invisible or the wire kind, that's about straightening. An orthodontist is a specialist. IST means specialist. So an orthodontist is a specialist in straightening. So these are all just us. So I want you to write these down. You won't remember them otherwise, and I am going to put them on your test. So that, for me to say that, you know, Dr. Ram, I laughed with him after class because we're very different in the way we teach. And you can tell that, and there's no right or really wrong way to do it, but my feeling about students is that they do best when they do what they want to do. So if you want to study and you want to be a good student and you want to go to college and you want to have one of these careers, then you will. And so I give students the freedom. But he's correct that good note-taking and writing is so helpful. But we all do it a little differently. There's no really right way to do it, okay? So I'm a very audio learner. I learn a lot by just listening. And when I was in college, I did take notes, lots of them, in high school. I probably took too many because if I was nervous about a class, I took a lot of notes that I didn't really need. But as I got to be an older student, I would just write keywords like Avid students do. I love the way Avid students take notes. They have that left-hand column where they write keywords. And then I would just write the things I didn't understand. So then when I studied, I'd be like, yeah, I need to look at that. Or so that everybody has their own style. Okay. This one's easy. It's already been in a video a couple times. Constant level or sameness, to keep relatively the same. Same or constant, to keep at a same or constant level. So let me give you a great example. I live in a really hilly neighborhood. Like, you can't go on a walk here without doing a bunch of hills. So that gets old sometimes, but when I'm walking on flat surfaces, I don't use as much oxygen, but when I need to power up my muscles to go up a hill, my respiratory rate increases to keep my oxygen level high enough so that my muscles will work. So that's a really good example of a change that your body is making in order to keep homeostasis, to keep my oxygen level. And there's homeostasis in every single thing you can think of. Blood sugar, blood cells, cognition, how we think, how my frontal lobe is working, how to heal a scar. Oh, I'm sorry, Emily. I'm recording this so you can look at it later. Would you like me to send these words to Synergy so you can pick them up off Synergy? Let's put that in the chat if you want me to do that, and I will be happy to do it. I'll just put the words in. Oh, the recording's good. Okay. So my focus on homeostasis today is cells. Why? Because there's another name for it when your cells are all working correctly. Does anybody know what that is? Don't overthink it. Oh yeah, I will do that, Yatsen. Don't overthink it. What is another word for when your cells are all working correctly? That's being healthy. So when your cells aren't working correctly, you might not know it for a while because your body's trying to get homeostasis, but eventually you're going to get sick. And so when patients come to us, and I have lost count of the number of times I've heard a patient say this, but I never get sick. You know what? Until the day you really get sick, you've never been sick. So people are always shocked by it. And they're always like, what is this a problem with? Cells. So we're going to watch a video in a few minutes of some children that got really sick with skin cancer. And we're going to be talking about skin cancer along with the parts of the cell. Why? Because it answers this question. Why should I care about this? Why should I care? Just learn the parts of the cell, blah, 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 you know, the mitochondria do this, the cell membrane does that. You have to have a connector. And so the connector for this 2 weeks is children with skin cancer. Okay, good. This word is in your reading. Per or perm is to go through. Ability or able to. It's able to go through. So my best example for permeable is like a kitchen strainer. You know, like where you're going to put pasta or rice and then drain it. The water comes through because the strainer has holes in it. It's permeable. So my skin, okay, has a certain level of permeability, right? So if I take my favorite Jasmine Bath and Body Works lotion and I put it on my arm, does it just stay on the surface? No. Because my dermis has a level of permeability. Things will go through it. Very important term, especially when we're talking cells. Okay, this one's yours to do in the chat. Most of you already know it, or some of you do. We already know that. I'm listening. Anyone in the chat? Remember, this is an awesome opportunity to have those clinical question points. Yeah, study of Parsa, thank you. Always so easy, study of. Physiology, cardiology, dermatology, biology, study of. Study of blood, thank you, Yatsen. So hematology, there are hematologists in the Providence system. There are lab technicians. There are, you know, I was thinking about career day for us for this unit, and the one next for skin is on lab careers. There are hundreds of them. There are jobs right after high school to go work in a laboratory and work with hematology. They have all these fancy machines that count all the different kinds of sites, all the different kinds of cells, in particular blood cells. So hematology is the study of blood. You can become a hematologist. You can go to become an MD and then do a residency in internal medicine and then have further training in blood. That's called a hematologist, an expert in study of blood. And then this last one is about what we're going to see a video on today, the melanocyte. So most people don't know about these. That's just a combining vowel. So a lot of these words have a little combining vowel to help them be pronounceable. So cyte is cell. And melano is melanin, which is a molecule in your skin that changes the color of your skin and protects you from sun. So some people have lots of melanin, they have lots of skin color, lots of melanocytes. And other people don't have as much, and they are particularly susceptible to getting skin cancers because they're without that infection. So when a patient gets an illness, I'm going to give you one more word. So this is still melanocyte or melanin. They have a substance in their cells that protects them from UV, kind of like having onboard sunscreen. So I don't have very much of it, and I can get a wicked sunburn sometimes because of that. So OMA means tumor or cancer. So melanoma, which we're just going to see a video on, is when the melanocyte doesn't function correctly. So remember I said this earlier? Homeostasis would be my melanocytes protect me from sun, they make the right amount of chemistry, and they reproduce themselves correctly. A melanoma, something goes wrong with the structure of my cells. And you'd think, gosh, you know, why doesn't your body fix that? It's a great question because most of us probably have had a cell or two misbehave and our body does fix it. So why do some people get this cancer called a melanoma, a cancer of those skin cells? So we're going to show this video. I will put these words all in a synergy message to you. I think that's really the best way. Okay, I could do a discussion board or a chat line, but y'all are getting that, correct? Yes, we have it in our eyes too. Okay, Kenneth, you're not going to be scared of blood. I was at the beginning. I'm not anymore. Yeah, we have melanin in our eyes, and you can get a melanoma of your eyeball as well. So good idea to wear sunglasses if you have light-colored eyes. So just saying. Any other questions about these words? I'm going to put them in the chat, and then we can watch our video. No, I don't see any. Okay, good. This is a lot of just, when we do medical terminology, and true of the other teachers too, imagine that these are all in our vocabulary list here, okay? So that you're putting them in your vocabulary list. That's an excellent AVID skill. It's an excellent student skill. And here's my secret wish. I wish that every student at Beaverton High School could be an AVID student. Why? Because they're teaching students how to really be students. And they're amazing skills. And as many of them as we can add into our classroom, I'm totally in. Oh, yeah. Kenneth is putting in the chat about somebody that was afraid of blood. You know what my experience is, Kenneth, and the rest of you, is that often people who tell me they're not afraid of blood will faint. So if I'm drawing blood out of a patient's arm and they say, oh no, I'm totally good with needles, then they're on the floor, fainted a few minutes later. So it's better to just acknowledge.
That's so weird there.
Did you do that, Ariel?
I mean, I hate needles, like to the point where I can like fall down, faint, cry, scream, not get like panic attacks. No, that's me right there.
I've seen it happen, Ariel, so many times, and I'll tell you the cure for it. Ready?
To get used to the needle.
Stop saying you're okay. So a lot of times people be like, you're okay, you're okay. And lots of times I just say to patients, you know what? It's all right to be afraid. Like, you don't have to like this. Nurses don't like getting poked either. I don't mind poking someone else, but I don't like it either. And nurses are fussy about it. They'll be like, oh, they didn't do that right. They didn't like it. So it's all right. And the other thing, do you know the word acclimate? Like, no. Over time, you acclimate to this working in medicine, so it doesn't bother you anymore.
I mean, I get it.
What?
when I get the needle, like a shot,
Yes.
I get a panic attack, and
Oh.
if
And
it's
then
for
do you
someone else-
faint? Do you
yeah,
faint?
I faint. Like I try not to faint. I get like what's it called? Lightheaded,
Yeah.
and it's all like everything's like turning, and it's just so weird.
Do you know what I do, Uriel, when I have a patient like you?
What?
I make you lie down on a stretcher or a bed if I'm going to draw your blood, because I don't want you to fall on me. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what, Uriel? Go ahead and just lie down while we do this. Like, and then you can get up, and then you don't have to look at it. You can kind of okay. All right. That's funny. All right.
Yeah.
Let's watch our video. And let's undo this. There. Yes, adjust. To acclimate is to adjust. And you can acclimate to being around blood. The amazing thing too is, just for Uriel's comfort, in medicine, there really isn't much blood exposure anymore. There used to be, like before we had all these cool tools to stop bleeding and compression bandages and all this amazing stuff and these fancy needles. So, but now you just don't see it very much. And so that's good, because it's not pleasant. Human blood is not pleasant. That's what I want to say. Okay. Pay attention here to who got cancer of the skin in this video.
Melanoma is the most common skin cancer in children.
My name is Kennedy Stretz. I'm 13 years old, and I was diagnosed with melanoma when I was 10 years old.
My name's Kyle. I'm 18 years old, and I was 13 when I was diagnosed with malignant melanoma.
My name is Eva, and I'm 9 years old, and I was diagnosed with melanoma when I was 2.
My name is Ty Williams. I'm 14, and I was diagnosed with melanoma skin cancer when I was 7 years old.
My name is Kaden Stroyer. I'm 8 years old, and I was diagnosed with cancer when I was 3.
I'm Christopher Ivy. I'm 11 years old. I was diagnosed with melanoma when I was 10 years old.
My name is Kai Dunbar. I'm 14 years old, and I was diagnosed with melanoma at 8 years old.
My name is Grant Valentine. I'm 4-year-old. I was 2 months old.
Melanoma.
Of the 7 most common cancers in the U.S., melanoma is the only one whose incidence is increasing.
This is my scar. When I was little, it looked like a bug bite, and all the doctors was telling me that it was molluscum.
This is my scar right here over my neck. When I was first diagnosed, it looked like a mole that was flesh colored, and it kept getting bigger, so I told my parents about it, and we went and had it removed.
Well, this is one of my scars that you can see. My mole, it was somewhere around here. It was really small. It was a small mole, almost like a little dot, and it kind of got bigger, and it started bleeding and itching, and I had to go to the doctor to see what was wrong, and found out I had melanoma.
This is what my scar was. This is where I had the mole right here. It was hard and waxy. My mom said she was worried about it, so we went to the doctor and we got it removed.
When I go see my doctor, he teaches me to always keep my skin safe and do monthly skin checks, including the ABC method. And it's A for asymmetrical, B for border, C for color, D for diameter, and E for evolution.
Melanoma.
Diagnosis and treatment is delayed in up to 40% of childhood melanoma cases. Early diagnosis is the key to survival.
This is my scar. That doesn't hurt.
This is my scar. It's on my upper knee.
This is my scar. When I was little, about 2 years old, I got a dot on my face, and I've had a lot of surgeries to make it smaller. I think when I turn 14 years old, I might have to get another surgery.
This is my scar. I had a right temporal tumor. When my friends ask me about my scar, I tell them what happened and how emotional and painful and not fun it was.
Melanoma.
Melanoma can appear on the skin in any part of the body and may not necessarily arise from a pre-existing mole.
After I was diagnosed with melanoma, I was sent here to MD Anderson, and after further evaluations and a bigger surgery that left a bigger scar here, they found out it had spread to my lymph nodes and required a year's worth of therapy.
After my surgery, I got 1-year shots, and my mom called them superhero medicine because she said that they'd make me strong when I got older.
After surgery, I had therapy with injections for 52 weeks, and it was 3 shots a week, and my mom had to give them to me, and it was very emotional, and my emotions would go up and down. It was like a roller coaster, and it wasn't the best year ever, so it was pretty bad.
These are my beads of courage. They mean a lot to me, like basically my battle through cancer and how I have survived now. It's doctor visits, blood draws, interferon, scans that I've had in the past 5 years battling cancer.
Melanoma.
Melanoma may spread to other parts of the body, including the lymph nodes, brain, liver, lung, and bones.
When I first found out, I didn't really know how serious it was. I didn't really know what was going on at first. Until I started getting older, I started realizing that this is really serious.
I didn't know much about melanoma, and I didn't know what all I'd have to go through when I was first diagnosed.
Melanoma.
One person dies of melanoma every hour.
When you go outside,
Every time I come for a doctor's visit, they're always telling me to wear sunscreen and always make sure I'm wearing a hat, and they're always reminding me that it's probably the most important thing when you're outside in the sun is to wear sunscreen when you're playing, and I'm really active a lot, so that's really important for me to do.
when I go to the doctor, they remind me to put sunblock on so I don't get sunburnt, and they check for bumps around my body just in case there's nothing new. Put on sunblock. Over. Melanoma.
One or more blistering sunburns in childhood or adolescence more than doubles a person's chances of developing melanoma later in life.
One thing I teach my friends is to wear sunscreen, minimize your time outside with peak sun hours to prevent sunburn and to prevent getting melanoma.
And don't lay in a tanning bed.
Wear sunblock every day.
Melanoma.
Ultraviolet radiation is a proven human carcinogen, which is a cancer-causing agent. Yet 2 to 3 million teens use tanning beds in the U.S. every year.
When I grow up, I would like to be a writer.
I want to be an artist when I grow up.
When I grow up, I want to be in business, like business marketing or accounting or something like that.
I want to be a movie star.
Eventually, when I grow up, I'd like to become a Major League Baseball player or go to law school and become a lawyer.
When I grow up, I want to be a machinist like my dad and my grandpa.
When I grow up, I want to become a singer or a dance instructor because those are two of my favorite things.
When I grow up, I want to be a doctor or a nurse because I want to help people when I grow up. Melanoma.
So if you aren't already practicing sun safety, start now. Your future depends on it.
Okay, so that's our introduction, and always trying to help us answer that question. Why do people work in medicine? What is it really about studying health sciences? It's really about humans. Yes, isn't that shocking, Kenneth?
That's shocking. Maybe it might
And
double.
lots of them are children, and that's why I chose that video. For those of you that don't know, the MD Anderson Cancer Center in Texas is one of the big research hospitals in the United States for treating not just skin cancers, but all kinds of cancers. So we have some wonderful hospitals in the Northwest, and there are many across the country. But MD Anderson, because it's in the South, where they have a lot of sun, they treat a lot of skin cancer. So any other comments in the chat just about those kiddos or about what they were talking about? Take a minute if you want to. I'm going to give you a minute if you want to put something in the chat. You're welcome, Kenneth.
No problem.
No problem. We like to be multifunctional as a health careers program. Yes, and I'm trying to link a disease to every single unit, and we will get less so that we're talking in generalities, and we'll be less like your health class. But the curve of the class has a nice bell curve. We kind of start what I would call a little softer, and we'll build as we go along in the semester. I just need to have you all here. And at the very beginning of the semester, my focus is just on getting to know you as much as I can based on our limitations. Uriel's fine. He's taking a nap. Okay. I'm going to show you.
I am pretty cold, so.
Are you cold? Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're cool. So let me just show you a couple of pictures.
All right.
Before I talk about your assignment for today. So here's a real good picture of, and I'll see if I can get it over there so you can see it better, of a skin cancer. Right there. That's a melanoma. And we're going to learn how to identify one when we do our little short skin unit. But this is an uncontrolled multiplication of a melanocyte. So a melanocyte lost its ability to know how to make its, quote, recipe. So cells can only come from other cells. And in this case, this melanocytes that make this mole are out of control in terms of the number of replications they're making. And there's some, I'm not going to talk about them in detail right now, but there's some very clear indicators in this picture of what those are. So if you have a little mole that's like, oh, it looks like a little like top of a pen, a little tiny round pencil eraser, and it doesn't have this bubbly weird texture or this irregular border, it's probably nothing to worry about. So you have a mole that's changing, and let me show you one other picture here just before we get too far down the road. Let's look at a side view. Let's look at what view is this. Let's see if I can make it big enough. Oh, darn it, it's not going to be very big. Hold on. Make it bigger, and it's going to be blurry, Paula, too, I think, on yours. So just let me share this one. It's pretty blurry, I think, in this picture, but we're looking here at I think what we're going to call a sagittal view, and you can't really read the writing, but so this is the surface of your skin right here. And these are hairs and hair follicles. And oopsie, and these are oil glands. And down here, see this red tube? There's your bloodstream. So these are different kinds of skin cancers. We don't need to learn the names, but just look at their characteristics. What do you notice about this one?
It's still small.
It's still small. What else do you notice about it? It is deep, Parsa. That is the scary picture of this. Why I showed this picture is that right down here in the lower layer of your skin, you have lymph vessels that carry around immune products. And this blood vessel right here, this melanoma is headed for that blood vessel so that that cancer can spread itself around the body. And remember in the brief video, they talked about how this cancer, that's just this tiny mole, can spread itself throughout the body. That's exactly right. So this would be dermis, hypodermis right here, Parsa, and we're going to talk about that in a few weeks. That is the scary thing about a melanoma, is its ability to move around. And we actually can measure this in medicine now. So we can actually take a piece of a melanoma, put it under a microscope, look at the cell type, and we can tell how likely is it. So this cancer right here, which is just this little bump, and that's all the deeper, it's in the upper layers of the skin. It's not very dangerous. And lots of people get these. They're called squamous cells. Nobody worries about them. People are a little bit more worried about a basal cell, but look, it's still just in the dermis, not down here where the bloodstream is. But look at this guy, and we don't know what the time lapse on this is. This could be a couple of months. This cancer is growing deeper and multiplying more rapidly. So this is all cell behavior, and this is all a disruption in homeostasis. Because normal homeostasis would be for that melanocyte, that protective cell that gives skin color, to just replicate itself and to perform its function. That's health or homeostasis. Absolutely, Parsa. That blood cancer could go to the brain and kill the person, go to the lungs and kill the person. I think the lungs are the most common place for a melanoma to move. So I'm just giving you this as a taste of why you should care about cells. And why, when a patient says to you someday, I don't understand, I've never been sick. I don't know how this happened. Your answer is going to involve what happened with cells. And you're going to have to be able to explain it in a way that a patient can understand. So I'm trying to make a future professional out of you, and it is not too early to start with those behaviors. So thank you, Parsa. Good points. And Kenneth and whoever else. Okay. So let's look back one more time here at what you're going to do now. What are you going to do? You're going to read 4 pages in here. You're going to complete my scavenger hunt assignment so that you know how I like to get around this book and what I'm going to be using. So let me give you an example of something I'm not going to use that I did not put on your list. I'm not going to use this section on creating good study habits. Why? We don't have time. Also, why? I'm going to teach them to you anyway. So you're not going to do that. I'm just lifting certain things out of these chapters because we are on a compressed schedule to get your introduction to anatomy done so that you can take Dr. Rom's class or get off to your college class or do whatever you're going to do. Okay, so make sure today that you turn in your PT reflection and your midterms. When are office hours, and where is that Zoom link? I am disabling my office hours Zoom link, and my office hours are going to be in our classroom link every day at 8 for a half hour. So Luz, I think you were going to come see me today. I don't know. You probably had an internet nightmare. Come see me tomorrow or whenever you want to take a test. There's a bunch of you that need to take some quizzes and things to make up. I'm always here. You can always email me. I try to be really responsive to emails and fast at it because I want students to be able to talk to me. So any questions before I let you go to work?
I have a question. Does this look like a melanoma? I have to show you something.
Now, I knew people were going to start worrying about their moles. Let me see. Kenneth, send me a picture of it to my email.
All right.
Send a picture to my email. I can see it better. Just looking at it from there, I'm going to say no.
Since I was a baby, I already have this.
I'm going to say no. Just from looking at it, but I need a big picture of it.
All right.
So like fill the screen on your phone and send it to my email. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Look for your synergy list. I'm going to put that vocab in synergy.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye, Ariel. Bye, Luz. Bye, Yatsen. Bye, Davis. Bye, Hala. See you later. Bye, Hala. Do you need me? Bye, Luz.